All right, so today's topic is going to be talking about crypto payments and some of the biggest companies that are involved in this, including Visa and PayPal. What's going to be interesting, though, is how crypto payments may be integrating into the traditional finance system. We'll break all this down for you. There's going to be some interesting information around some of the blockchains that you'll recognize. You guys don't want to miss this one for sure. So my name is Paul Barrow. Welcome back in to TechPath. All right, so I want to thank our sponsor today, and that is Tangem. All you have to do is visit tangem.com. You can learn a little bit more about self-custody. They have a really cool aspect of how they do self-custody. It's done through a wallet versus a hardware. Now, many of you guys have probably used hardware devices before. This makes it a lot easier. It's an NFC, just slides right in front of a really slick app on your phone and gives you that secure connection to your self-custody wallet. And there's a couple things you can do. If you go over to their website, one thing that it kind of shows a little bit about how this works. The card just slides right there in front of the phone itself, and the app pops right up. Now you can get into all of your assets. They do have a 3-card package available. That's the one I would recommend going with. And then also on early October, if you go to their website, you can actually pre-order their new version that can give you an actual seed phrase. So you've got a couple of base versions available, the basic and then the more advanced seed phrase. So you choose. If you like a real simple, quick, easy one, go with the basic version. Always order the 3-pack, so in case you lose one. Anyway, that's going to help you guys out. Cool thing is you're going to get an additional discount by just using our code down below, so just make sure and put PBN in there, and it helps the channel out. All right, so let's get over to the topic today of Visa and what's happening. So Visa did a deep dive on the Solana blockchain along with a whole slew of other blockchains, primarily that were attached to USDC. Here's what their findings were. Let me kind of scan in up here. First, over the past year, team at Visa has been closely following the technical innovation behind the blockchain scalability. You guys may not be able to read that a little bit. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. There you go. And then they go into what they were testing. They have Visa's capacity to execute more than 65,000 transactions per second. Solana has not exceeded transactions at that scale. They average around 400 user-generated transactions per second TPS. So it typically surges to more than 2,000 users generated during periods of peak demand. This is a significant level of demonstrated throughput, making it viable to test and pilot payment use cases. So in comparison, Ethereum handles 12 TPS, Bitcoin manages around 7. This is all coming from Visa. Further into it, while blockchains like Bitcoin and ETH process transactions sequentially, and this is interesting because as we've talked about this before, Solana's architecture allows for multiple transactions to be processed simultaneously. So that's the advantage of the Solana blockchain. And you can kind of see the average transaction fee right here in this chart. Solana is that orange line, very stable and very low versus what we see with Bitcoin and ETH that are all gas-driven. Popularity of NFT release could increase network congestion, making consumer point-to-point transactions, which may be happening at the same time, more expensive and economically, infeasible. This has happened on many NFT drops in the past. We've seen various ones that have run into these kind of congestion problems. So this is a real issue that is facing blockchain. But more importantly, if you get into payments, you're going to have a lot of payments happening at the same time across the network. So you've got to be able to handle that. Further into this, they go in and says Bitcoin may take up to 60 minutes. That's one example. And then they show all the blockchains they tested. Solana right there, blocks until confirmation, time. There was Avalanche right there, right at the same level. Flow coming in, Algorand, Stellar, Tron, Arbitrum, ETH, and then Polygon. So you can kind of see the problems that would occur right here in terms of the speed. Right now, Solana is clearly the winner. Avalanche coming directly behind it, and Flow could be coming in there as well. So you look at the ability to transact at the level that Visa needs to go to. These are very, very important scenarios that have to play out. FireDancer, so this shows a little bit that Visa's paying attention. FireDancer stands out for its most potential and brings substantial performance enhancements as evidenced by a live demo. This was 600,000 TPS, huge. Outside Ethereum, Solana is one of the only chains to have multiple fully independent validator clients. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably saying, Paul, you're just a Solana shill. I get that so much on Twitter. I could care less about any of these technologies. What I do care about is the technology's success, because if it can change things, then it has a use case. I don't care if it's Solana, Avalanche, Cardano, whoever can drill down. This is Visa. These guys are not playing games. They're testing this stuff, and they're going to find out which blockchain can walk the walk. This is what we're talking about. So meeting modern demands. These are some of the biggest reasons that we decided to expand our stablecoin settlement pilot to include transactions over the Solana network. Kudos for Solana. As we pilot our stablecoin settlement functionality on Solana, we plan to test whether they can beat and or meet the demands of a modern corporate treasury operation. This is not a done deal. Solana still has to perform. This is going to be a hard, I think, level to match up to when you look at traditional transactions. And this means a lot in the payment ecosystem for sure. I want to go to this clip right here with Tolly talking about this. Let's cut to that.
I'm very excited that Visa chose to use Solana, and I think it came about from the strength of the Solana ecosystem and the engineering team, and kind of the technologies that have been built over the last 5 years. I think it's if you look at the data and the stats, it's pretty obvious that Solana is the cheapest and one of the fastest networks out there, and USDC and Solana is my favorite version of the US dollar.
What does this announcement mean for Solana? Are there more new partnerships with financial institutions in the works?
Well, it's up to those institutions to make the decision. I'm hoping that when they see Visa choose to build on Solana, that they will also consider the network as well.
All right, so good statement there. I think the key here is that there's probably going to be some competition in this. I expect others. AVAX will be in this flow. Maybe we'll start to move in this direction. USDC is the key here with Visa. Another thing that plays into this is what's happening at PayPal. PayPal is another one that is on an absolute innovation tear. Let's go to a clip from PayPal talking about on and off ramps for businesses. Listen in.
Introducing PayPal's on and off ramps, a seamless way to let customers buy and sell crypto in your wallets, NFT marketplaces, and dApps. A simple integration with PayPal gives you access to a fast and easy payments experience built by a digital payments brand that's trusted around the world. Reach millions of PayPal customers who can buy crypto with popular payment methods and cash out in minutes. We'll manage the complexity behind your transactions and drive authorization rates that unlock revenue for your business. Simplify the road to Web3 with PayPal.
All right, so this could be one of the biggest things for business accepting crypto. Now, a lot of people will say, well, are there enough businesses out there that could really implement crypto use cases? I think there are a handful that will start in this process. Retail speed and those fees are going to make up the difference here. On PayPal's release, this happened on September 11th. PayPal introduces on and off ramps. A couple of points we highlighted here. Previously launched on-ramps to enable U.S. customers to directly buy crypto through PayPal integrations with MetaMask and Ledger, with more coming soon. They also added on and off ramps for crypto wallet users in the U.S. So now you can convert crypto into USD directly in the wallets, into the PayPal balance, so they can shop, send, save, etc. Cool thing is you don't have to use an exchange for this. So this gets very intriguing around payments. So this is available to wallets. You can go into dApps and the NFT marketplace. All of this is live now on MetaMask. So this is a pretty significant move by PayPal. I think it's one in general, if you think about what PayPal means to not only regular retail users, but business, because it's one of the number one use cases for businesses to accept credit card payments. PayPal is a big factor in the ecosystem for that. So here's their website. Just power up your crypto business, unlock Web3. You can get in and start to roll around here. They talk a little bit here about the dApps and the NFT marketplaces within the MetaMask ecosystem. There's Phantom, Ledger, and Magic all coming in with these payments for Web3 wallets. This is pretty interesting because they're rolling this thing out across everywhere. So 400 million active accounts worldwide, 200 plus markets are now going to be served on this. It's a very serious thing. Now remember, all this ties into the potential connection into PYUSD, which is PayPal's stablecoin. This will be a big question, and I'd love to get you guys' feedback. First of all, if you like these kind of breakdowns, make sure and smash the like button right now. And drop a comment or two, because do you think PYUSD is going to make a splash or not? Now comes the next element for what PayPal is planning here, and that is to integrate into business payments, which is a pretty big deal. All right, so I want to go to a couple tweets right here just to give an example. Here's just in. MetaMask announced their crypto to fiat cash out. So you can literally withdraw right to your PayPal and then into your bank account. Again, this does not require, it doesn't require Coinbase. It's just straight through. So that is a pretty big leap forward. I want to go to a next clip. And this clip is going to go into a little bit more about what MetaMask is doing from a technology standpoint and how they're connecting to some other chains. Listen in. So, if you're listening on the podcast, it was just a big graphic on all the different chains that are coming across on here. Breaking news, MetaMask adds support for Solana via the Soulflare wallet. Snap, which is the technology they're using to allow this to happen, letting users store Solana assets, bridge to Sol USDC, and then access Solana apps within MetaMask. So very cool. Nice little move here. Phantom also came in and said, hey, we got some new stuff happening here. Authenticating users with self-custody mobile wallets just got way smoother. Sign in now with Solana. So this is what they call the SIWS. Think of it as like sign in with Facebook or sign in with other social accounts. That's where Solana, I think, has been a little bit lacking is, because if you don't have a Phantom wallet, you may not necessarily have that yet. And I think as we start to see a sign-in service become more active especially on e-commerce, Solana could start to see a lot more Phantom integration. I want to go to this next video real quick. It's a clip on the Swiss DAO and Solana's integration into couponing and how it's going to work. Watch.
All right, everybody, welcome to the SolanaPay demo built by Swiss DAO. Here we are creating a store where if you spend $10 or more, you get a coupon, and as well, with every purchase, you get a receipt, all issued in the form of compressed NFTs. So first I'll add a $10 sticker to my cart, and I'll generate the QR, which I will then scan with my mobile wallet. Thanks for your order, and we'll pay. And so once that payment is then confirmed, you can also see that we are minting a receipt as well as a coupon for spending 10 or more USDC. So just to check out an old receipt while that metadata loads, you have the date, you have the products, you have the amount, and you have the reference. So the coupon actually has the reference number, the original buyer, and the date as well. Say I just want a $5 ticket this time, generate the QR code, and what will happen is it'll parse my wallet for that compressed NFT coupon, and it'll provide me a 50% discount in return, sending back that coupon token. 50% discount, pay $250. And it confirms, and it lets me know if I spend $750 more next time, I'll receive a coupon. Refresh it, and now the coupon token is gone. So that's how it works. Welcome to Swiss DAO.
All right, so if you understand, and you have to remember in the side of technology development, especially around retail commerce, in the past, we have not seen open development happening literally live on Twitter and the web, YouTube. But that's what's happening today because there's so much social integration into blockchain and the use case and of course the ecosystem and the culture. And I think that's the interesting thing because now companies can really learn a lot about how this works. What this means is a big deal. This is a huge opportunity for retail. And here is why. I want to go to this next clip because this shows you the capacity of fees that a lot of retail companies are paying right now. So take a look.
It's not just us, it's nationwide. Everyone's looking for a solution, again, as the credit card processing fees continue to increase.
Many local restaurants, gas stations, and retailers are either hiking the price of their products or charging customers the credit card processing fees.
Visa, MasterCard, and Amex were forced to allow surcharges after they were sued by the federal government over a rule that prohibited merchants from encouraging cheaper forms of payment.
And the fees were they're overwhelming to us. I mean, we're paying anywhere from $25,000 to $3,000, and credit card fees every month. That's a lot of money for me.
These days, more than 80% of all diners are paying their bill with a credit or debit card.
Before COVID, credit card fees were approximately $1,000, $1,200 a month. Our bill this last week was $4,800 for the month of June. It would be like going to the bank, withdrawing $10 and burning it. That's what you're doing. You are literally burning your money. We don't raise prices so we can make more money. We raise prices so that we can keep our head above water.
So it's a big hit on the retail sector. And if you remember, most of these retailers went to e-commerce. Well, the only way you can get paid in e-commerce is via credit card. So all of these fees have absolutely skyrocketed. And of course, Visa, Amex, et cetera, now maybe are actually going in the right direction of trying to lower those fees and reduce their own internal costs. So this is a pretty good deal. Further into Twitter, it was time for us to evolve our brand to match the mission that drives all of our work over at Stellar. Now, Stellar is another player that's stepping into something pretty interesting. I want to go to the clip that kind of explains what their plan is to do in crypto payments. Listen in.
I know how it feels in a world where the rules feel so skewed. A world where we are not all on the same playing field.
Puedo mandarle dinero a mi familia. Pero quién sabe cuánto llegará. Як ми відновимо все? Як захистимо їхнє майбутнє?
You're the only one that can solve it. Your world relies on you. I'm an only child, and my parents didn't have much money, and they came from West Africa to England with big dreams, but not much money, not much opportunity.
We call it financial freedom, but it's not about the financial freedom. It's about that dignity and ownership and opportunity, just sort of like chart their own course.
That's why I'm really interested in tools like, the Stellar network, and because it's about freedom. Again, that word freedom, that ability and agility to move about. Before that, it would take me 2 weeks to get my money.
That's right.
All right, so they're talking about cross-border payments. Stellar, obviously one of the biggest networks out there, MoneyGram connection, all that's happening, and it's real. And now you've got a major Hollywood star really starting to recognize this, because it does help a lot of emerging countries, but more importantly, it helps a lot of scenarios where they're faced with these ridiculous fees on doing cross-border payments. I want to go to this next clip, which goes into Decaf, which we've talked about before, but listen in.
So today I'm in MetaGen, and I am about to go and try and test out the MoneyGram integration. And now it sends the money to MoneyGram, so MoneyGram receives this. My transaction is ready to pick up. This is my reference number, and I have 100 USDC that I'm going to take out. And the important part is right here, you can see that there's 0 fees. 2, 8, 0. Perfecto.
All right, so that's just showing kind of the transition of being able to transmit money and it, actually pulling cash in on the other side with the use case of MoneyGram. Let's go into another clip on this that breaks this down further. Take a look.
And we discovered that remote workers want to be able to get paid in US dollars and hold their payments in US dollar value till they have to spend in their local currency. In this way, they are protecting themselves from inflation and devaluation. But that solution doesn't exist or didn't exist till now. And that's why we created Decaf Pay, the cheapest and fastest platform to send and receive money internationally. And this is literally the only solution that we have found to being able to pay our employees in Venezuela. She will get her payment straight into her Decaf wallet app. And then she will be able to do a cash withdrawal into her local currency whenever she needs the money to pay for medicine or groceries, for example. Since we integrated MoneyGram, we have seen a growth of over 100% month over month. But we realized that if we want to go to the next level, we have to be able to offer our users a Visa card with direct USDC settlement, so that our Decaf users with USDC are able to pay in any place in the world where Visa is accepted.
Okay, just as another reminder, here's Decaf's, their point of sale side. They accept USDC payments today. This is running on Solana. You can kind of see how they were doing at the Solana store right there, now closed. And then the other thing is right now it's no fees until July, which is going to be 1% afterwards. Now this is still pretty significant if you think about transaction fees in general. Most retailers are paying anywhere between 2 and 3%. So this could be half or a third of what they're currently paying. That's better, but it could be even much lower to where it could be, 1/10 or maybe 1/5 of what they might be paying currently in terms of these transaction fees. I'll wrap up quickly with Solana just in general, what's happening next. They've got Breakpoint 2023 coming up in Amsterdam. So a lot of stuff is going to get released. This is happening in October, late October, early November. You don't want to miss that one. It's going to be a pretty interesting conference. We covered it pretty heavy last year, and then of course the FTX debacle hit them right after, and then the rest is crazy. But hopefully this time we'll actually see some real use case being implemented, just like what we've just went through here on payments. All right, if you guys are not following us over on the Diamond Circle, make sure and get in right now. It's one of the best places to get additional content, and all you have to do is click the link down below, and you can join for free. If you guys want to follow me out there on Twitter, it's @PaulBaron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechBath.